what's up guys, Benny here, and after the latest Call of Duty Warzone update, there is a brand new top 5 loadouts that you need to be running to do the best that you possibly can. Starting off with the new assault rifle that you want to be using over the AMAX, the Krig C. Now, for the loadout build, the optic you're going to run is the Willis 3X. Now, this is what I've personally been going for. If you prefer to use a 1X optic, go ahead and then use the Volshkiv Reflex, which is definitely the other best option. But the 3X for me works perfectly for those medium to long range gunfights. Next, for the 5 attachment, because I will also give you the 5 and 8 attachment versions, just in case, you're going to go ahead and run the compensator just to give you that vertical recoil control. The barrel is the gain twist. Now, the reason I run the gain twist on the Krig over the reinforced is the bullet velocity overall is quite low. It's where the Krig really lacks in comparison to the AMAX. So you need the most amount of bullet velocity possible. You do lose that little bit of damage range, but that is totally okay. The underbarrel, we're then going to run that vertical foregrip, and then the magazine is going to be the extended mag 2. This is a 70-round mag, so you can take out whole squads and trios and quads without needing to reload. Now, that is the 5 attachment version. If you go to use the 8 attachment, which is what I definitely recommend using, you're going to go rear grip, add a quick draw just for faster ADS and jump ADS speeds. The stock, you're going to go for that balanced stock for strafing movement speed, and aim walking movement speed. Just means that when you're like holding your irons, you're ADSing and strafing side to side, you're going to be a lot better overall. And then the last one is the recoil springs. Now, yes, the bullet velocity is not great overall. It's about 1,200, which is lower than what you're going to be used to the AMAX, but recoil springs just makes it an absolute laser at a distance. So you do get that damage drop off at those 60+ meters, but the accuracy that you get combined with a solid fire rate, you're going to be absolutely melting opponents. And I'll show this in the firing range so you can see exactly what I'm on about. Super clean, laser beam, and honestly, I love it. And that 70-round mag just means that you can hold that trigger down and just take people out. Give it a go. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Our next loadout that you need to be running in Warzone since the update, I am so glad about, because the C9 or the MP5 is back. This is the most reliable, easy to use SMG in the game. If you don't like weapons at a super high fire rate, I absolutely love the C9. I think it is the best SMG to use if you're playing Warzone. For the build, first of all, the muzzle, you're gonna throw that compensator on there. The barrel is going to be that reinforced barrel, just so you get an extra damage range and increased bullet velocity. Perfect combo. The underbarrel, of course, we go for that Ranger foregrip, so we get the horizontal and sprinting movement speed, so you can close those gaps a little bit quicker than without. The magazine we're going to run is, of course, the extended mag 2, just so you got a 50-round mag. I know some people run the extended mag 1, but for me, 50 rounds definitely needed. Rear grip, we go for the ergonomic, just so you got slide to fire, ADS, dive to fire speeds. Just gives you a lot more mobility when you're pushing those opponents at close range, so you can get those shots off first. Then the stock is gonna be that balanced stock. Once again, that strafing movement speed and increased movement speed is key. Laser, we go for the fast motion laser. Now, things to bear in mind with this, it is visible when you're in hip fire, but a lot of the times at close range, you're going to want to be ADSing anyway, so you don't give that laser away. So just keep that in mind. When you're ADS'd, the laser is not showing, but when it's fired from the hip, an opponent can see your hip, see the laser. But you do get diving hip fire spread, sliding hip fire spread, and jumping hip fire spread. So inside of smoke and things like that, where you don't have aim assist, this is going to win you gunfights. So make sure to go ahead and use that. And then firing mods, for me, on the 8 attachment version, I use recoil springs. Now, if you're going to go ahead and use a 5 attachment version, just go ahead, right, and get rid of the recoil springs, the fast motion laser, and then also the balanced stock. So those are the 5 attachments that I run. But as I quickly show you this in the firing range, you'll be able to see the 8 attachment version absolutely melts, and there's like no movement on it. It's got great mobility, so when you're kind of like jumping or sliding into fights, like super clean iron sight, it's exactly what you want from an SMG. Now, of course, we couldn't go a loadout video without including the HDR, best sniper in Warzone, and that has not changed. Monolithic suppressor, the barrel is the gain twist, so you get the maximum bullet velocity. Underbarrel, you're gonna have that lightweight pod, so you take away that aiming idle sway. Then we go for rear grip, quick draw, because the only nerf it got was an ADS nerf, and then firing mods is overpressured. I don't really go for an 8 attachment sniper, personally, when used in the HDR. This is enough, but if you do, Fast mag, you can do that, so you get reload quickness, but also faster ADS speed. Kind of counters the nerf. Stock, we go in there, and then I go for the heavy, just so I get less flinch, personally. And then the laser, I go for the target, just for aiming idle sway delay and aim walking steadiness. Like, just makes it that little bit better. You can, of course, go ahead and get rid of the stock and then add an optic if you would like to. If you would like to change your sniper optic, I know a lot of people like the Blandwell 7X, but I personally just stick to the default. Let me know what you think with what you use in the comments, but best sniper in Warzone. Next, we have the SWAT 556, or now better known as the Grau. Like, this thing is the best 5 attachment assault rifle in the game, and since the nerf to the AMAX, it is back in the mix. If you can't get the 8 attachment Krig, go for the 5 attachment Grau. So you could pair this with a 5 attachment C9 and then go for this Grau, and you've got an incredible setup. One of the best assault rifles in the game, especially if you're running an overkill loadout. First things first, you of course need to have the Grau conversion kit. Then we're going to go along to the muzzle, throw on that monolithic suppressor for bullet velocity, damage range, and no minimap firing ping. Underbarrel is going to be that vertical foregrip. The magazine, of course, is the full auto extend, so you've got that 50 round mag. And then finally, we go ahead and run that quick draw grip just to kind of make it nice and snappy. But this thing is an absolute machine. Now, one thing I would say with the Grau is this is the perfect sniper support as well. So if you do want to pair this with that 5 attachment HDR, if you don't want to run an assault rifle SMG, definitely go for it, because the high fire rate means it can shred up close, really clean iron sight. And yeah, we're all big fans of the Grau, especially if you played Verdansk in the original Warzone days. Next up, we have the other SMG you may want to go for if you like a high fire rate SMG, the brand new Ladra. Now, for the 5 attachment version, you're going to go for the muzzle compensator on there. The barrel is going to be the long barrel, so you get that increased damage range. The underbarrel is, of course, going to be that range of foregrip, so you get that extra movement speed. The magazine is extended mag 1 for a 55 round mag. And then we are also going to run that ergonomic grip. Now that is the 5 attachment build. Then if you're going for an 8 attachment version, I go for the stock. I throw on that infiltrator stock for aim walking movement speed. Firing mods is going to be the recoil spring, so you can hit your shots that little bit better. I personally don't run a laser, but I instead throw on the Kepler Microflex for an optic. It does sometimes bug where you can't get the optic doesn't happen. You just have to remake the loadout and it will fix it. But yeah, go ahead, give this a go. I'll show you in the firing range. It shreds. Like, super clean, high fire rate. There is a reason a lot of people are running it in the Warzone tournament scene. Also, I wanted to throw a quick bonus loadout into this video just because it is absolutely insane if you're a mouse and keyboard player or have a super fast trigger finger, whichever one. But the TR2, one of the fastest TTKs in the game, is very much like the old school DMR meta. Jason Armory 2X, compensator, gain twist, vertical foregrip, and then extended mag 1. And if I quickly show it to you in the firing range, you'll see what I mean, right? If you're hitting your shots, very fast TTK. Like, I don't have the trigger finger, so personally for me, it's not my go-to weapon. But if you can get it down, like if you're using mouse and key, you could be super accurate. You can take people down at a distance. It is an absolute machine, so give it a go. Then my final piece of advice, if you're looking for an overkill setup, this is what I'd recommend. The SWAT 556 that I showed you earlier, of course, with the monolithic, vertical, extended, quick draw, and Grau conversion kit. Pair that with a C9, compensator reinforced, Ranger, extended mag 2 in the balanced stock. And this thing is just going to shred opponents. Like, great overall loadout if you're playing trios or quads, and it is a lot of fun to use. Make sure to let me know what you're going to be running down in the comments below, and if you found any other broken weapons since the latest patch. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for more Call of Duty Warzone. Thanks for watching.